Hello, welcome to a CBI live call. Today we'll be covering GameChanger, doing a deep dive. They're already on the waiting room. Also, we're testing this new way of streaming live to YouTube and hopefully trying to get people to collaborate and come on the call to discuss. Yeah, there's this message that I have here for you. Okay. DM us on X. You can find CBI very simply on X, and we'll be ready with the link for you to come on the call if you want to share your experience with GameChanger or show us what you've built, anything that you want to discuss with us. Okay. That said, I'm just going to bring on stage the team. So we have Adriano. Welcome. Nice to see
Hey,
you.
how are you?
We have
Thanks
great.
for having
Yeah.
us.
Very excited for this. I'm juggling all the live features and hoping it goes well in terms of the discussion. And now it's just going over contents with Quasar. So I'm very excited for all the content we want to cover.
Thank
So
you.
also we have Martin. Welcome. Thanks for
Hey,
joining. Nice to see you.
good to see you.
And we have more guests as well that are going to be joining us later, but I'm going to ask them to remain on the backstage for a moment. And we're also missing Quasar, right? Do you know
Yes,
if he's getting the link?
I
I am,
will
yeah.
share again. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna start sharing my screen because what we want to do today is go over this syllabus of topics that we've started preparing. So let me just present. There we go. I see Juan is on YouTube. Ada Moments. Ada Moments, we're looking to have you on the call in a bit. So if you don't have the links, just ping the team and we'll be in touch. So yeah, on screen we already have this Google Doc that actually I can drop it on YouTube as well. Well, YouTube is not the best place. DM us if you want to drop ideas onto this document or come on stage. Okay. Yeah. So on here we have a bit of CBIA. CBIA is the Cardano Blockchain Infrastructure Alliance. It started beginning 2023, and it aims to bring together infrastructure and infrastructure-related players on Cardano. So we've also been acting as Intersect Infrastructure Working Group. It's something that's in the works, and we are trying to mature. And today we have GameChanger. One of the main points is that GameChanger is socializing. They're V2 beta now, and so it's one of the main reasons that we wanted to showcase them and invite people to try GameChanger. And as I said, we have Adriano, we have Quasar, and we have Martin on the call. So I think this is the total, the sum of the GameChanger team, correct?
Yes, mostly we are the guys behind the this ecosystem, this growing ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Mainly, I'm the solo developer behind the wallet,
Yep.
but we have Martin and Quasar, the strong collaborators, the collaboration I have on the team. Martin does a lot of education with Quasar, and he builds dApps and hardware dApps. We will talk about that. So
Yep.
yeah, that's the thing mostly. Quasar is on social media, networking. He's our very first evangelist.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm looking out for Quasar as well. I'm not sure. Do you have any idea if he'll be joining? I was just chatting with
Uh,
him, so
yes.
let me see if I can find him. And there he is. Bear with me a second. Yeah,
He has the links.
on his way, he says. Okay, great. So, coming back to this, the overview that I wanted to share is we have, yeah, in terms of participants, myself, I am Lucas. I am mainly with 45B, which is aiming to onboard small and medium businesses to Cardano, but also we have some initiatives as facilitators, as is the case here with CBAA. And I'm also a GameChanger user. So back since I started 2022, I was running Cardano for non-technical people, and GameChanger was one of our main Swiss Army knives tools to go and show people what an NFT is like on the inside, and even just drag your image in there and create your own NFTs and tokens. They had the feature. I'm not sure if you still have it, where you have a goodie bag or a bit like drip drops type of giveaways that you can send to people.
I mean, regarding the airdrop or regarding the gift wallets, but yes, I guess.
On GameChanger, when I was on there with an empty wallet, it had this message saying, "Do you want some treats? Do you want some tokens just to play with?" Right. So it's
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. It's a one-click onboarding for pre-production testnet,
Hmm.
but it means that within one click you have the testnet data and some tokens to start learning
Hmm.
and yeah, and using Cardano. Yeah.
Cool. By the
So
way, let's invite Quasar on stage. He was having a sip. Nice to see you.
Hey, thank you. Sorry to be late,
No
but yeah,
worries.
nice to see you guys.
I was saying I'm very excited for this, and we were wrangling around some contents and topics to take people over. But yeah, the main goal would be if we can just spend a bit going over them, but then open the floor for discussion, whether within the team or with participants. So yeah, very excited for this. In terms of other participants here today, I was DMing Alex from Vesper, seeing if he could join. I'm not sure if he will, but I think I sent him the links and everything. Just bear with me a second. This live is a bit like this. So yeah, 1 second. There we go. Now I'm sure he has the links. And then in terms of app developers or dApp developers, it's always subjective, right? We have pseudoscientists. I'm hoping we have Ada Moments as well joining. Ratios more on the infrastructure side. And Gimbal Labs, I was hoping we have Sebastian Pavon. I'm not sure if he'll be able to join on stage. I don't see him there yet on the backstage, but maybe he will be able to join. Just bear with me a second. I'm going to share the link with him as well. Make sure he can have it join. So guys, the overview, as I was saying, is mostly adding the screen again. The overview for this call is basically the intro to GameChanger. And then, so here we'll see an introduction to the project and the team, which is the first section we have right there. And then we have developing solutions with GameChanger. So for dApps, what's the distinguishing factors where you can build transactions or a request for a transaction? You have the scripting engine. You have you can have with it transaction templates or many other use cases. Then let's dive a bit more on the infrastructure side of things, where we can talk a bit more in depth about your SIP 30-less approach, how it's like to run Dandelion to keep GameChanger running, or it's one of the features I think of Dandelion, one of the use cases I think, and other things like I'm guessing Martin's going to have a lot to tell us about this part. And then we have a number of other testimonials and dApps that were built with GameChanger. Does that sound good? Any questions so far?
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm also seeing at the moment saying his internet's a bit intermittent, but yeah, just shoot on YouTube and we're having a look at what you share with us. Okay, Max. Yeah. So from here, I'm just gonna gloss over this part for a bit while we just start with the beginning here, which was be the intro to GameChanger. And I'm going to start passing the mic to the team members. Okay. So I think on this one, we have something by Quasar, correct?
Yeah, I didn't have
Yeah.
my mic on, of course, and I took a running start. But if we could, I'll go ahead and start here. I'm Quasar. I've been an evangelist for GameChanger since before I was born. From the moment I saw it, way back in Fund 3, I believe, or Fund 4. It was really unique wallet, cutting edge, had a lot of features that I wasn't really aware. I had it was a new wallet, and the only other one there was Yoroi and Nami. So it was amazing to see it. I'm going to pause there and just kind of turn it over and introduce Martin and Adriano, maybe, if that's okay. I won't mean to pivot, but I'll do that and then come back.
Be my guest. Guys, you have the floor, okay? So I'll jump back in from time to time, but yeah, go on, go for it.
Okay, Martin, be my guest.
Hey, yeah, I met Adriano a while ago, I think on Catalyst, and yeah, that's a great place that brings people together. And I did Fund 3 or Fund 5, and then later we did something together in Fund 7. So yeah, it's I think that was already a great experience, and yeah, GameChanger Wallet brought much of the features I needed to make the products yeah I want to make. So I'm a hardware engineer, so I had some experience building payment systems, and well, I thought maybe I could use those skills to do the same work in new technology, like blockchain technology. I like innovation, so yeah, that's why I like also GameChanger.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Lucas. So, yeah, thanks for all these years. I mean, it has been an amazing journey with you guys. Without your support, it would have been difficult. So yeah, we are not a big team, but we are very passionate about what we do, about the values we try to put on our daily work, and that's something that unites us because we I know we share the same values on Web3 space, and that's great. So, well, my name is Adriano Fiorenza. I'm the founder and developer of GameChanger Wallet. I'm a full stack developer. Also, I do IoT. I've done other stuff as well in my life. But basically, I left everything to jump into Cardano back in 2021. There were, I mean, I just was trying to finish the Plutus Pioneers program when I just started coding GameChanger. And 2 weeks after Nami, we were lucky to launch. So the model is an early model. This is why it's so different from all the other wallets, because yeah, we're not we did not appear after. We were concurrently existing, and our design and our philosophy on how an UTXO model wallet should look like and should behave is different. So, well, that's just an intro of what's coming on these discussions.
Okay,
And I'll take it
super.
from there if I can. Adriana,
Yeah.
thank you. Did I speak over anybody? I hope not.
No, jump in.
Oh, good. All right, so I'm going to turn my camera off if I can and share my screen, and we're going to dive into GameChanger Wallet or GameChanger.finance. So if I told you that it was really super easy to build on Cardano, that you could get going either as a new user, as a new to Cardano, new to crypto, new to blockchain, whether you want to be a user, advanced user, or a builder as well, you could do it in 2 clicks. Would you really believe me? That is the narrative or the joke that we're about to show everybody. It's true. You can build on Cardano. It is easy to build on Cardano. So that's where we're going to go with this. All right, I think I do have my screen share, so let's pop it over here. You guys let me know if we're looking good.
Yep. I have your screen on the main part
Okay,
of the screen.
great. And is it not my? It's not my camera, right? It is the shared screen.
Exactly, just your desktop.
All right, so everybody, if you will, I'm just going to share the link. Go to GameChanger.finance. It's in the chat. And now we're just going to take a look at it. You know, it's a web page, and GameChanger is a progressive web app. It's a PWA, so it's in the browser, but it's in the web. It's in the URL, and you can install this or download it onto your desktop for your mobile, your phone, even your laptop, Chromebook, whatever you have. So let's get going with this. We're going to scroll down just a little bit, and we're going to open up a testnet wallet, and that is going to basically get you going in a very, very safe environment. All right, beta testnet wallets. Obviously, we have mainnet support. You can come here and create a wallet. We also have a browser, a Chrome extension, Connect. So if you already have a current Cardano wallet, you can easily use GameChanger's, the builder feature. So if you're any inspiring builders, future builders of Cardano and of a free decentralized nation state, come check it out. You don't have to get a new wallet or anything. You're ready to go with what you have. So this is loading just a little bit, and it's building a transaction in the background. And once that happens, and I do apologize, my computer's been very slow today. We had a little bit of a power failure earlier.
It's a typical live situation, right?
Yeah.
Everything, time seems to flow so quicker when you're live.
At 10:57, I heard the click. It went. I'm like, oh boy, let's see what we can do. So here we are. That's it. So if you want a GameChanger wallet, all you do is click on the link. That creates a wallet in your browser, in your cache. So you're ready to go. Now we have a notice here. It says your wallet's quite empty. We'll even give you an airdrop of test data to get started. If you wanted to, basically, there you go. There's two clicks. This is going to create the whole transaction. The other option is just to click the dApp builder right here, and it'll send you to the same place where all of this stuff is actually happening in the background, or where you build things like this. With that, I'm going to pause just for a minute because I want to take us back to V1 and V2. And with that, Adriano built the wallet, but at the same time, he builds on the wallet. He uses it. Not only is he the chairman or CEO or the president, he's also a user and member. All right, so here we're going to claim an airdrop. That's going to give us some freebies. But let's say, hey, we don't want to do this. Let's just become a builder. We're going to go here and edit it in the Playground IDE, which is also found right here in the dApp builder. It'll take you to the same place. So boom, here you actually have the code, a free code for an airdrop. With that, honestly, you're ready to go. And this is version 2 of GameChanger. GameChanger launched around 2021. Yeah, I don't know exactly when, but it was my first time in Cardano. It was very early, first time in crypto, in trying to understand decentralization, trying to understand open source mentality of the philosophy. So I'm there at Gimbal Labs. Adriano shows up. I'd met Roberto. We had done a transaction just to put something on chain when we first could write metadata, transaction signing. So it was like, put something on chain. I don't care what. We did that. And I learned about Dandelion. And then Adriano showed up. And then Martin showed up. And then some others showed up and said, hey, we built stuff with your stuff. And that just like sparked for me, like it was an immediate connection. So that's why we encourage and love building open source, decentralized infrastructures. I'm going to take a pause and flip that over to Martin, because I'd like for him to talk about his coin machine. I remember very clearly being at a disc golf store while he was presenting this, and I'm like, hold up, we've already got a wallet that will do payments, and you know, like I asked the people at the store, I'm like, hey, would you guys accept ADA for frisbees? And they're like, of course. And I'm like, this is so long ago as well. It was overwhelming. So he built a pay pad and all that kind of stuff. So Martin, what's your experience there, buddy?
Oh, let me unmute. Yeah, I remember it well. It was a very interesting time during the last bull run. So it's nice to be here again. And yeah, we met a lot of great people there, and a lot of them are still here. So yeah, at that moment, I was interested in building this device, which now works. But yeah, we're continuing. It's been a long journey, but we're continuing to improve infrastructure with the project we're running now, Dandelion. And of course, I tested this, and this device uses GameChanger to make payments in a point of sale application possible. So if a vendor wants to sell something, he can use this device to show a QR code. And this QR code translates into what Quasar just showed you in the browser. So playground, by pressing that button on the side of the let's start a transaction button, but then also shows you how the transaction is built. So this device can actually transmit the intent of the transaction to the user's device. So he can do this by just scanning the QR code, and he will be dropped into his wallet and get a suggestion of how much he will have to send to the vendor. And included is also, of course, the payment address. So that's the beauty of using GameChanger. GameChanger allows you to make UTXO transactions, but you don't need to. There's a built-in transaction builder. So a lot of the work is transferred to the wallet side for the developer, which is nice, because user UTXO management can be sometimes quite complicated, and it may be beneficial for the wallet to take care of the UTXO health, because of course Adriano is the expert on it. So you only have to scan, and you know, the GameChanger wallet does the rest. So for me, that's perfect, because I don't want to first get the wallet information, build UTXO transactions, and then send back, because that takes 2-3 trips. And with GameChanger, I only need one, and I only need to send the information I need. So that makes this all possible. So, and that's why I like it.
Super, great stuff. Maybe just to have some interaction with the people viewing us on YouTube. Can we touch on this topic very briefly? I'm not sure exactly what you mean, what it means, but I'll give you a moment. Hard fork combinator, right?
Perfect. Hey, Max. Thank you for being here and for asking questions. Well, I mean, there is a lot to talk about the wallet. So, guys, if you're listening and you have questions, to go a bit from the start to talk about the design, the differences, what is it not, of course we can do it. But right now, to answer Max's questions, so I think that I know where he wants to go. So The thing is that GameChanger leverages on a programming language. I created a programming language to interact with the wallet, to connect to the wallet. And this programming language, because it's a programming language, it's easily extendable, right, in time. So this has given us a stability regarding syntax and regarding typical breaking changes that happens on the Cardano ecosystem in a way that some other tooling would have not been possible, right? So yeah, regarding pivots, so basically this is the nicest, one of the nicest things about this wallet design, this model that is flexible, where Cardano is not. Cardano is not a flexible blockchain, and it's good that it's not, because we can trust on Cardano. It's with its determinism, with its formal method-driven design, it's very solid. But the solid it gets, the harder it gets for developers to actually interact with Cardano. This is the truth, unless tooling appears to make lives easier. So this has been my task since 2021, and we are polishing the wallet every day to make things easier for people. And regarding pivots, there has been one major pivot in the history of GameChanger that was from version 1 to version 2. On version 1, I remember Lucas and a lot of GamePalace guys. I remember the guys here, Martin Quaison, and I remember James. I remember, of course, Roberto Moreno, my friend, our friend, and the creator of Dandelion APIs. We were all using V1, and there was a lot of stuff missing. It was great. It was very promising, but we needed to push that design further, deeper, and that's version 2. That was a change in. I mean, the syntax was very similar, but we turned the API into a programming language. Basically, that was the most important change, and that changed it all. That changed it all, and allow us to do great things on these last years. So yeah, basically that's
Great stuff, guys. I'm already jumping in ahead a bit because we're already 28 minutes in, and I wanted to just welcome Gabriel and Andamio. I imagine Sebastian's right there, and Jan, right? Okay, so if you guys want to just introduce yourselves in a couple of sentences, that would be amazing. You can popcorn it, just jump around, but whoever's ready can jump in first. Just you need to come off mute.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and jump in.
Oh, go ahead, Gabriel.
Yeah, I'm Gabriel Talamantes. I actually have been into Cardano since Catalyst first started. I did a proposal up in Fund 4, and my main focus in this ecosystem is music-related things. You can see the guitars and the basses here in the back here. So I think one of the main things about the music ecosystem is, the fairness about artists and who's actually the main benefactor in that ecosystem. When blockchain comes up, the idea that blockchain technology could be utilized to better that industry is an effort that I instantly gravitated towards. And, Cardano was a more attractive blockchain. I first started with EVM chains with Ethereum, starting to do smart contracts there. And, once Cardano had come up, I had basically started to see the advantages of there and started to developing my music projects over on Cardano, which has led me into this ecosystem here. So thank you for having me here, and pleasure.
Okay. 1 second. I'm just trying to zoom out. I'm just exploring the layouts, and apparently I'm not doing such a good job. There we go. Got it. Yeah, just getting used to this. Thanks so much, Gabriel. Juan, Jan, who wants to jump in?
Sebastian, perhaps?
Sorry, I meant Sebastian. Sorry.
Hi, everybody. A pleasure being here. It's a pleasure with this group of colleagues of the ecosystem. My name is Sebastian. I'm one of the co-founders of the Damio platform. And Damio is a platform with the purpose of make contribution and collaboration among organizations a priority for the market. Okay, I'm playing with that phrasing. But for example, currently we are supporting GameChanger and the GameChanger team in bringing what they are doing with GameChanger bringing that to the people in a interactive way. And when I'm saying interactive, is taking the people that wants to know and understand the details of GameChanger and what GameChanger in this case is capable to do it and offering to the world. We are bringing that people into the action. They study all the infrastructure of GameChanger in this case, and they start to contribute.
Oh, oops. I'm sorry, Sebastian. I'm so sorry. You said
No
they
worries.
started to contribute?
No, just for end up my wondering. It's a pleasure to support GameChanger in this journey of bringing better systems to the world, specifically in wallets and wallet systems and all the stuff. I'm sure I'm losing many details of the work of GameChanger is doing currently, but we are there and we are supporting this kind of independent projects. Battling not only with the traditional systems, but with these traditional internal systems we have in Cardano.
Great stuff.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. You're very welcome to be here and to share a bit your experience. Let's go to Jan, I think.
Yes, I'm
Welcome.
Jan. Thank you. So, um,
Can you tell us a
my-
bit
I'm
what your experience is with GameChanger?
yes, definitely. So if you see I don't know how you call that, my header, it says avid user of Game Changer wallet for events. So that's basically how
That
I'm
sounds good.
using Game Changer for events. So just a quick track back. My backdrop is how can I find an easy, cool, and fun way to get people hyped about blockchain, to get people hyped about Web3, to get people hyped about Cardano. And this is where I accidentally found Adriano in a session I think it was in Gimbal Lab session or something. And he explained about Game Changer and it automatically clicked in my head. Bam! That this wallet can be used for the field that I am currently most active in, which is in event organizing. And I've proven that. I've used that, and personally, I think it's an effective way, a really effective way. It crosses through how do you call it? It crosses to It's not specific to devs, but regular people. When I say just try it out, and I'll guide you through the process, it really clicks. I can see the how you call it, the sparkle in their
Yeah,
eye.
engagement. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
it's really funny. If I have time, I would really like to show the documentation of the interaction of the participants of my event with Game Changer Wallet. just as a proof of concept. Hey,
Mhm.
this really works. If that's
Um,
okay.
Well, how could you do that? Do you have a video or something?
It's only
Or-
photos,
yeah. Well,
but at
if you
another
do, you
session.
want to share your screen? Is that it? Are
Yeah, if
you
that's
okay?
okay.
So maybe let's save that for a bit later. I'm just managing time because we started a bit later, but we have like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to go. Let's just circle back to the syllabus outline that we had. Is that okay with everyone? I don't think we have any more guests to join on. So I'm just going to ask for permission and remove you guys from the stage for a bit and then go over some more topics with the team. And hopefully we can go back to what Jan was suggesting, for example, or Gabriel's experience with GameChanger. Okay, so let me just simplify the screen a bit. And go and add my screen again. Here we go. So yeah, overall, the goal would be to do the intro, the developing solutions, and we've touched a bit on this already because of the testimonials that we've heard. Maybe it would be important to touch a bit more on this part here. So the features, and we've touched a bit on the scripting language that like Jan was just saying, and then maybe show that diagram that shows what does this SIP30-less approach mean. And yeah, so let's take a look at these. I'm not sure, just before we close on this section, Quasar, maybe, do you have anything you want to highlight of what's on screen?
I do, yeah, absolutely, man.
Let's-
I totally I didn't stick to the script. I'm so sorry. I got
That's
nervous
fine.
and I went way too fast during the beginning and then slowed down. Anyway, I've already kind of went over that right there, and I think it's
I prefer.
probably
Sorry,
yeah.
I just want to say I prefer these calls to be spontaneous rather than scripted. So this is just so that we can gather material to present. But yeah, improvising it and being spontaneous is the priority. Okay.
I definitely am better with that. So real quick, and then we're going to straight into the SIP30 for a moment if we can, because that's a huge thing, and that's really something that GameChanger, you know,
that's more
we
on
didn't
this
budge
side
on.
here as well. But before we get to this one, I just wanted to see if on screen these are any topics that you wanted to highlight.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you one real quick here. So this is in V1. We were providing code for people to build on, right? And you see that ID Quasar. That was somebody that took one of the dApps that was provided in version 1. V1, it was the ID NFT, and they created a dApp and said, "Hey, look, we built this using your code." And I'm like, "Oh my God, what are you talking about?" Like just like that. And I went and minted this little, it was a proof
The
of
one
concept.
on where your mouse is.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and it's, I wanted to highlight it because it uses the SIP30,
Can you click on it?
I can, of course. Now it has some information in it that's not going to share you because it's still that ID. It's not a DID. It could be, an improvised SSI. But that's really about it. It was really proof of concept or something here. So it just has some, my socials, and then if you wanted to, I could pull the fingerprint or that and pull it up on PM, and you could see the details. What I really wanted to show though was
just on
where
that
it is in
topic.
the wallet. Go ahead, sir.
I've been fantasizing about a decentralized standard that would be, not replacing but similar to a handle. I think what you're doing there is a bit of that, right?
Well, not specifically. However, GameChanger does have a really unique address book feature and some name derivation scripts that you can include, which make multi-sigs and other things very, very user-friendly, which is something that we want to move into, and making Cardano user-friendly between wallets, across ecosystems, and for all users and builders. So that's really it. With that, I'm going to go over to SIP30 for a moment. I think the best way to do it is kind of just showing that GameChanger is a dApp also, and any wallet can connect to GameChanger using SIP30 standards. We don't support connecting to SIP30, but wallets can connect. So if you have another wallet, you can connect to GameChanger, get all those features. And with that, let's talk about SIP30 for a moment. Adriana, why are you so stubborn? And why would you not ever put a browser extension on here. Why would you not just do that? Like, please, you know how many conversations I've had about it?
Okay, basically because it was not there when I started building it. There was no.
That's right. I forgot.
We got so early, guys. I mean,
You did it your way.
being on the Bluetooth Pioneers and asking Lars Brunius, hey Lars, what's the suggested good practice to do A, B, or C on Cardano? And he was like, no, guys, you don't understand. We are creating the good practices right now. We don't know how this ecosystem should look like. So we are that old. So GameChanger is that old. The solution is something that, of course, has nothing to do with CP30 because it's an alternative. It's something that was created concurrently.
Yeah, parallel. Okay.
Very, very quickly, because this is relevant. This is relevant. I know that Quasar wants this answer, not the other one. CP30 was fundamental for a quick ecosystem launch for Cardano. We have to be thankful for that. Nami materialized this thing that ultimately was called CP30. Alessandro's work was amazing. That put Cardano very quickly on the map. But there are a lot of differences, and Q is sharing a nice graphic about this.
Yep.
There are a lot of differences from that CP30 relies mostly on JavaScript code injections by being based on the famous MetaMask model. That CP30 it's just for signing wallets, transaction signing wallets. That what it does, it reduces the code or the complexity of wallets to just a signing, mostly as a private key management and a signing system. But all the other stuff, the business logic, the data management, the value management of, the economical, the tokenomics of your systems, of your dApps, all that other stuff, where it goes. So that was the first thing we tackled. I was able to tackle back in 2021 with our model, very differently to CP30. The thing is that CP30 does not solve this. So it delegates this task to the developer, to the dApp. And the dApp usually, and most especially on the first days, this is a cultural thing that I noticed a lot on Cardano, we tend to put too much stuff on backends. We solve business logic, we do transaction building, we do a lot of stuff on backends on Cardano. That's the truth. That's something that this model, since the very early ages, did not do. We build transactions on user wallets, on user browsers, even on mobile, even on desktop, on user side, on client side, at plain sight for the user to audit it, to learn what's happening, to audit, control, have full control of the thing, and even to override transactions. Imagine CP30 forces you to just comply or not, to just sign or not, to whatever the dev wants you to do. But imagine a model where you can even change every piece of the transaction you are not liking. And a model where you can have full control of what a dApp knows about you. A model where a dApp does not need to know who you are. And I'm not selling smoke. GameChanger.finance. Visit the wallet and try our solutions. And you will see and you will get to know why CP3 maybe was never a good solution for AUTXO model chain. And this model is even privacy preserving. Something that is not a minor thing. You can have dApps that has nothing, that knows nothing about the users, and still they can work. And these dApps are fully auditable, because everything is running on client side. And not only this empowers the user, the end user, but this also empowers the developer or democratizes access to develop on Cardano, because the code is right in front of your noses. The code is in your wallet. The full intent of the dApp is in your wallet on JSON. If you know what JSON is, you will understand. It's a scripting language based on JSON. It's called GC script. That's the DSL that drives this dApp connector. We are not injecting JavaScript code anywhere. Nothing happens without the authorization of the user. And everything that is done here is fully permissioned. Everything that runs on your wallet translates into colors for non-technical users to be able to audit what's going on. Oh, this dApp wants to get my address. I don't want that. Why I should share my address to this dApp? I don't trust the dApp. You can do that. Or this dApp wants me to build a transaction and sign it and submit it. Okay, then I will pay extra attention on what's going on. All this stuff is possible under this model. Sorry for the long introduction,
No,
but this
it's perfect.
the question this is the answer that Q wants.
So I stole the screen from you just to show a bit. This was my scribbling when meeting with Martin to understand this difference. And so the main things I wrote here is just basic. Okay, SIP30 injects code into the dApps page. The browser extension is injecting that code, I imagine, and so that the wallet, the app actually gets to see what's in your wallet. And on this case, the app just creates a link with a purpose or an invoice that gets sent to GameChanger.finance that runs in the browser of the user, and there it's where the magic happens. An interesting point here as well is that it's directly from the wallet running on the client side that Dandelion gets queried. So if you go into the technicals of, I think I had, I don't have it here, but even in the configs of GameChanger, you can see the endpoints that it's using for Dandelion, right? And yeah, it sends it through Dandelion Ogmios. So it's a good point probably to, again, share that this document is going to be in the follow-ups of the YouTube. I think it's already on the YouTube description, I'm pretty sure. And so from here you can have a number of links, including this diagram and the Miro board, where both diagrams are. So both the pretty one that GameChanger did, which is a bit more technical. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to ask you to go through this, but maybe we need a part 2 of today's call. It was a great introduction, and I think you really helped transmit why you took this approach. Although you said that you were basically doing it how you could imagine it, because SIP30 wasn't there at the time. But I think it's still a very, very valid approach. Okay, I see Quasar is preparing something on screen. Do you want me to put it on the feed for the audience? Or
Let's see. So, how much time do we have left?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. So I can share this for now. Would anyone like to wrap up, or Adriana, do you want to do it?
I imagine it's going to speak a bit about the features of GameChanger overall.
I can mention very quick and leave the mic to the maybe the dApp developers and the people invited.
Mm-hmm.
But quickly, so GameChanger is a wallet that not only signs transactions but builds transactions, derives keys, compiles or generates native scripts, Bluetooth scripts. It's not only a wallet that signs transactions, but it's a wallet plus a full, an entire library built in to work and to build on Cardano. So if you can share again the map, the ecosystem map, those are the examples, the built-in examples on the wallet development environment. But yeah, if you can go to the map, Q, the first slide I shared. So
I'm working on. There we go.
Thank you. That one. So very quickly, that's an overview of the biggest features we have on this ecosystem on the dApp. I mean, what is possible to do with GameChanger? Not just dApps can connect, hardware devices can connect, even a QR code, a link can connect. A person can bypass a
A
dApp
refrigerator.
free. So very quickly, the features. Uh, Game Changer works on mobile, works on desktop, and still can connect to your CAP30 wallets to use them as, for example, as if they were just a hardware device for signing, a hardware wallet. So you can connect Vesper, you can connect Nami, you can connect Eternal. Then you can connect your Ledger or Trezor hardware wallet. You can even use your QR code based wallets here. You have two flavors of those QR code based wallets, seed phrase based wallets, and sharded treasuries. Yes, sharded treasuries. Game Changer is a multi-sig by its core wallet, and the app connector of the wallet has full support for multisig. So when you are connecting to the app, sometimes the app does not need to know or care what type of wallet you are. Even if you are a sharded treasury, you can consume the apps as any other personal wallet. You have support for all this stuff on a technology called workspaces, child addresses, multiple accounts, multiple delegation for DREPs, and for example, stake pools. We have an on-chain file system. Long story for another day, but not a very relevant one. And yeah, even an Helios DSL for compiling smart contracts on Cardano or validators on Cardano. Even
I
that.
think we're
That's
going to have to rework that document even more, and I'm going to gather more things that I didn't understand so far when we were preparing for today's call. So yeah, I would love to do a second part of this. For today, we're really just coming up on time, and so I'm going to bring everyone else on stage and remove this image for a moment. And because Jan was ready, I think, to present a bit his experience with GameChanger in a practical way, right?
Is that okay, everyone? Adriano, Game
Yeah.
Changer Wallet.
You can just use the
I-
button to present and share your screen. But sorry,
Awesome. 'Cause I
Adrian,
really want.
it's okay, right? Yeah, let's assume it's a yes. Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Share screen. So, where is that? I'm trying to find it. Here we go. I think this is it. Okay. So this is the moment. Is everyone seeing the moment where people are happy to try out Game Changer Wallet? So this is the moment. Before this moment, I placed
One
Game.
second. Let me just add your screen to stage.
Uh-huh.
We're just seeing a folder with images. Yeah.
Can you see the photos now?
Not yet. We just see you're just sharing the folder, not the image.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe you
One
should
moment.
share your screen if you're going to be opening files.
Okay. I'll share my entire screen then.
Keep in mind this is a live to YouTube, and
No
thanks by the way for routing this to X as well.
No worries. Can you see the photos now?
1 second. Yes.
Okay. So prior to this moment, I as Adriano mentioned, that regular people, not techie people, can connect with Game Changer Wallet. So I put QR codes everywhere around this event, and each of those QR codes had 10 ADA. And I informed them very briefly in my own language, not the super techie language that Adrian has just mentioned, and they instantly got it. They instantly, when I said 3, 2, 1, bam, they bolted to because the participants were 60. There was only 10 QR codes, game changer QR codes. Everyone was fighting. Hey, move, move. But the only challenge at that moment is that to redeem those ADA. So this is a feature of GameChanger wallet that I really love. It's called a burner wallet. So once you redeem the ADA in that burner wallet, that wallet disappears.
Sorry, yeah, we're just seeing photo number 1 still. Is that what you mean to
Okay.
show?
So this is what I meant. So these are the QR codes. They are scanning the QR codes. They're trying it out, and although it seems technical, in the reality, it's not technical. These individuals are not all devs. They're just Web3 enthusiasts. And when I explain that when you scan the QR code, you'll get ADA, they totally get it. So for me, Game Changer really works for events. I've used this on 2 events, and the reaction is always the same. Once I say 3, 2, 1, they bolt everywhere. That's it. I really don't
That's
want to take up
amazing.
the
That's amazing. I love this kind of real world use cases, and when we're
really
trying to
works.
explain to people what these things are about, I completely avoid now to say tokens or collectibles or NFTs especially. I just say, okay, this is a card, it's a membership card, or it's a gift, or it's a something that people can relate with the real world. And so to create these spaces where people actually go and Pokemon Go type of hunt, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, thank you so
And
much for
remember this
sharing
guy's
this.
face. Okay.
Yeah,
Like
he looks very happy. Okay, cool, guys. I think that's all that we have time for today. I see a wallet now. I'm not even sure whose screen it is, but I'm just going to remove it if that's okay. And because I just wanted to, close out. Thanks to everyone for coming by, and we will be having a second part of this to go more in depth because we still had a lot to cover with Gabriel, with Ada Moments, Max, maybe Gimbal Labs and Damio as well to share a bit more, and yeah, do a second pass, a second iteration of the contents that we wanted to share today. Okay, any closing thoughts from anyone?
Just I want to be very quick to respect other spaces, but keep this in mind. If you are on Web3 and you remember the old days that created all this technology, all the old days that created especially Bitcoin, cypherpunks. If you really care for those values, decentralization, control back to the user, avoid every intermediate possible, bypass even the apps. Don't let the apps control your life if you don't want to. I mean, if you want open protocols, if you want open source collaboration on a universal language that has the potential of get viralized and create a Cambric explosion of the apps and students being onboarded on this ecosystem, new builders, empowering the user, letting the user understand what's going on in front of their noses. If you really care for Web3 values, open your eyes. CP30 was great, is getting old. Now people is trying to create alternatives, but people is not paying attention to all these years, almost 4 years of work. Still, we are not going to be the only wallet receiving scripting programming on it soon. So, but we have been the first, and remember that. Thank you.
Okay. I think that's the main core value of GameChanger. So I think I don't have anything else to add. Guys, see you next time. Thanks again for your time and for your everything you shared. Bye.
Thanks.